The latter half of 2017, especially in the entertainment industry, was one that was wild. And I mean wild. Everything past Harvey Weinstein was just a hot freaking mess. And Hollywood is still dealing with it in very odd ways. But the Me Too and Time's Up movement have swept the award season, right? They've made some careers, they've utterly decimated and destroyed others, some warranted, some not, right? And now we find ourselves in a weird predicament where how are they going to respond to this particular controversy surrounding Katy Perry and kissing a guy who clearly didn't like it while she was doing the judging on American Idol. And don't get me wrong, if I was a single man and Katy Perry kissed me, I would in no way be like, "Oh, that was bad." But this kid's not me, and I'm not single. Katy Perry would never kiss me. That's something I gotta live with every day. Anyway, teenage American Idol contestant was uncomfortable immediately after Katy Perry kissed him. Now it says here that a contestant on American Idol says he was uncomfortable when singer-host Katy Perry kissed him on the show during his audition. Benjamin Glaze, 19-year-old from Oklahoma, told the New York Times in an interview after his audition that he was saving his first kiss experience for his first special relationship with a girl, but had that moment taken away from him when pop star Katy Perry coerced him into kissing her. Whoa. Now that, of course, this is coming from Breitbart, so they're gonna church it up a little bit there. But at the same point, they do have a point there. They do at the same time. Benjamin Glaze here was saving his first kiss experience for his first special relationship. So the 19-year-old had never kissed a girl, and I'm pretty sure the 19-year-old had never gotten a hand job behind the gymnasium. So he wanted it to be special. I completely get that. I think everybody wants their first time to be special. And Katy Perry probably thought, I'm Katy Perry. I'm going to make it special, right? Because that is the entitled attitude of a Hollywood celebrity, especially one like Katy Perry. But let's take a look at the clip here to determine whether or not this is as bad as the media is making it out to be.
Come on.
Have you kissed a girl and liked it?
No, I've never been in a relationship.
Really?
I can't kiss a girl without being in a relationship.
Come here, Ben.
No, wait, hold on.
Come here.
Come on.
Come here right now.
Come on.
You can't
Come
be.
here right now.
I gotta get this.
Come here.
Stop.
What, on the cheek?
You didn't even make the smush sound.
Right, okay. Let me
on,
start
let's
over.
get this.
Okay.
Okay. So she pulled the cheek lip kiss thing, whatever you want to call that, whatever that particular move is. But you can see he was clearly not expecting it. But then again, this is reality television. What you have to understand too, when it comes to reality television, is nothing is ever not given permission for, essentially. So what you have here is you've got this story. It's a narrative that they've created where this guy here was auditioning, and he's like, I've never kissed a girl before. And she's like, come here. He's like, I don't know. You can tell at this point in time that the producers egged this thing on. That's the whole point. The producers put this thing together, and they probably asked him, a little bit. Maybe he didn't know about the cheek lip kiss thing. That might have been the uncomfortable part, but ultimately he agreed to kiss Katy Perry on the cheek. He agreed to do it, which is why you had Lionel Richie and whoever the hell the other guy was getting up there like, oh, I gotta film this. It's meant to be a playful moment inside the auditions, because that's like the one thing everyone likes, is the craziness of the auditions. But I guarantee you, they got consent at least for the first kiss. Now the second one is probably egging him on, and when she turned and kissed him on the lips, that was probably something that was either all her or the producers told her to do, and maybe not told him to do. As evidenced here by his reaction, you can kind of see that's a bit of a shocked face there. He wasn't anticipating that. So that could be where the uncomfortable thing comes from. But is this an unconsensual kiss sort of thing, or coercion, or what? I mean, some are going to argue that this is some form of molestation. Probably not, to be fair. To be bluntly, honestly fair. Given how these shows are produced, probably not. But let's see here. When asked by the American Idol judges if he'd ever kissed a girl, Glaze says he was saving his experience for a relationship. Well, yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I can't kiss a girl without being in a relationship. You can do a lot with a girl without being in a relationship. Up to and including full on balls deep penetration. I'm just saying, God won't smite you down for it. He might even give you a high five in the form of clap. Anyway, that's when Perry told Glaze to walk over to the judge's table before quickly kissing him on the lips and throwing her arms up in conquest after the moment and high-fiving her fellow judges Luke Bryan and Lionel Richie. But that's not exactly true, is it? That line right there, without watching the clip, kind of misinterprets the whole situation. Now, Perry told Glaze to come over to the judge's table, and he kissed her on the cheek, right? And she didn't kiss him. He kissed her. Then he didn't make the smush sound, this is where the producers probably came in to do it again. And then he came back and did it again, and she turned to kiss him. So this is characterizing what happened. I mean, the videotape right there, the video clearly shows that. Now, come here, bud. Come here right now. Come here right now. Come here. Perry told Glaze before kissing him. It sounds like coercion, but it's clearly a setup. They are telling him, look, kind of play coy about it. Because they do. They when you go to these shows, like nothing is ever reality. It's all fake. It's all fiction. It's all make believe. Nothing you see on TV is ever not produced. Just as a little tidbit of information there. But obviously, this writer for Breitbart doesn't understand that. Now, Glaze says his kiss was something he never asked for or wanted. Well, that's probably true, but that doesn't mean that regret is rape, right? Because he wouldn't have allowed that to happen. He wouldn't have done anything he didn't want to do, but he might have felt pressured. I'll agree with that. He might have felt pressured, but then again, the first time he kissed her, feeling it was weird, and then they came back for the second one, and that's going to be where the controversy lies. Now, he says, I was a tad uncomfortable, he told the New York Times. I wanted to save it for my first relationship. I wanted it to be special. Would I have done it if she said, would you kiss me? No, I would have said no, Glaze continued. I know a lot of guys would be like, heck yeah, but for me, I was raised in a conservative family and I was uncomfortable immediately. I wanted my first kiss to be special. Now, I mean, like, it was a peck. Semantically, one could argue kiss. It wasn't like she grabbed the back of his head and shoved her tongue down his mouth while also cupping his scrot. If she would have done that, that would have been completely inappropriate. But varying degrees here. Now, Glaze's uncomfortable kissing moment with Perry, though, was turned into a promotional post and video for the ABC network show. Yeah, of course it is, because it's one of those things that's kind of how it goes. That's just how it goes with these things. Of course, they're going to put it. It's a fun moment. But trust me when I say this, it was not accidental. It was not done without there being the consent of Glaze. Probably the first part. The second part, he probably didn't know about. The kissing, the cheek, cheek, is a freaking stupid game we used to play back in like elementary school when we were doing spin the bottle, right? Or middle school when we were doing spin the bottle, right? It was all like, oh yeah, kiss me on the cheek, I'm gonna get you, that sort of thing. It's a stupid game. Is it right? Should she have done it? Probably not. Is he uncomfortable because of the situation? Yeah, maybe. I think it's probably more uncomfortable because it caught him off guard. And I think it caught him off guard because people don't realize what happens when they go into a reality TV show shoot. He probably thought that this was going to be, one take, go in there, get judged by the judges, and maybe get himself brought in to the show, or maybe just go on there for a brief 15 minutes, as tends to be the case with these particular programs. And then they were trying to think of something fun. That's the whole part of the audition. That's why the auditions are always a crazier bits, because people might suck, but they want to make sure that they get particular reactions and they want to make sure they get particular sayings. And so they'll have people on set telling giving cues to the actors, not only the people auditioning, but also the people the judges and whatnot, and they'll be like, okay, try that again, but say it like this. And they'll give them cues to kind of still be them talking and maybe how they're feeling, but they always kind of make them try a different way. They kind of coach them. Reality TV is, quite frankly, the worst TV you can watch. It is the worst TV you can watch because it's more produced and more fake than anything you see on HBO or on Netflix or anywhere else. So this particular controversy ultimately is pretty dull, pretty lame. And even though the Me Too movement and Time's Up movement are there to protect people from being abused by celebrities, this is not one of those moments in time where it really kind of falls in line with that. I know people out there may not agree with me on that one, and that's perfectly fine. But you have to understand that there's nothing that went on in there that he did not know about, that he did not consent to first. Because he says there, if she asked me, would you kiss me? I would say no, or something like that, right? So it's like, that wasn't how they set it up. That's just how he answered it. And it gives you an idea as to how the reality TV world works, which is it's pretty crappy. It's pretty bad. I don't recommend it. Not one damn bit. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. If you haven't already, thumbs it up, hit on that subscribe, check out 3 Buck Theater, check out Mundane Chats, or if you just want to help support the channel, the best way to do that is patreon.com/mundanemet, link below in the video description. Thank you guys again, have yourself a great day, and peace out.